Hey pups, RP here. Christmas. It's just around the corner. The holiday about family, friends, feasts, presents, and togetherness. And this VeggieTales special is exactly all about that. Okay, sort of, but you get what I mean. Hopefully. Since it's almost Christmas, and I did a review of Madame Blueberry for Thanksgiving, I decided to do one for the holidays. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, fruit, veggies, kitchen and food items of all kinds and types, beings of all ages, religions, and what have you, I give you one of the timeless veggie classics, the ultimate veggie holiday special that kickstarted VeggieTales Christmases. The toy that saved Christmas. Okay, maybe not the ultimate VeggieTales holiday special, but it's still considered one of the classics. I know everyone has complaints about this episode. It's not perfect, trust me. But keep in mind that this was made in the 90s and on a tight deadline. But we'll get to that later. Also, please note that these are my personal opinions about the special, so leave yours in the comments, and let's get started. The story starts off with not a countertop scene, but an actual beautiful scenery zoom-in of George telling a story to little Annie, with Annie begging him to tell a Christmas story, which he tells about a town he used to deliver mail for, Dinkletown, and tells a story of how they didn't get Christmas. Well, what that means is, I'll just let George explain.
I mean, they didn't get Christmas. They had Christmas. They loved the packages and the toys and everything, but they didn't understand what Christmas was really about.
So we then enter the story with our opening number, I Can't Believe It's Christmas.
I can't believe it's Christmas. I think I'm finally getting something. Can't believe it's Christmas. My favorite time of year.
Okay, not the best song, but also not the worst. At least it's not as bad as BFF from the Penniless Princess. Oh, why do they make that? So after George delivers a Christmas tree, the TV turns on to a commercial for a new toy called Buzzsaw Louie. Okay, why would they make a toy with a buzzsaw? Wouldn't that be, I don't know, dangerous and hazardous? Why not give out free chainsaws while they're at it? Dang it. I had to jinx myself, didn't I? So anyway, thanks to Mr. Nuzzard's commercial, all the kids in Dinkletown are now spoiled brats, whining and begging their parents for the hottest toy. Kinda reminds me of all those trips to Toys R Us when I took notice of super bratty kids throwing temper tantrums over not getting what they want, especially during Christmas. During the inspection of all the new Louies, apparently one of them comes to life. The reason?
Maybe he was wired different. Who knows?
Wired differently? I'm sorry, what? Okay, for some reason, that just doesn't make sense or help the story's plot line. I mean, it kinda does, but not by a lot. A better explanation is he's possessed by an angel from God in training. Okay, that's actually twice as, if not thrice as dumb. But it's better than maybe he was wired differently. Plus, demonic possession is a thing, so why not angelic possession? Okay, now I'm picturing a demon trying to possess a person, but an angel is already possessing that person, or thing. And the demon's like, dang it, God, why do you gotta infect people with your angels? Oh yeah, we demons are cray-cray. Welp, back to the devil for me. My weirdness aside, later that night, Louis sings the next number, Grumpy Kids.
Grumpy kids, greedy dreams. This is not what Christmas means.
A bit nonsensical because could he randomly know unless he was possessed by the angel in training? Or maybe it was the inspection that made him think about that. Again, not the best song, but better than BFF. No! Not with that song again! So Louis escapes and ends up in a snowball downfall. Literally. We then go to a break with the holiday silly song, Oh Santa. Honestly, this is one of my favorite Christmas songs from VeggieTales, and is one I like to look back on, listen, and sing along to from time to time. Alright, back to the episode. The next morning, Bob, Larry, and Junior are all on a sleigh ride, and then they end up finding Louie, and he explains he's trying to find the true meaning of Christmas, which leads him to George, who tells him the story of the baby Jesus from the Bible, and they go back to Dinkletown and randomly decide to go to Mr. Nuzzard's studio to spread the word. I guess just announcing it in the town square wouldn't be as easy as going live on TV to tell the truth of Christmas. And also that commercial played everywhere. Oh well. At least we got some tension with Mr. Nestor barging in and committing the same act from Rack Shack and Benny. What? Wait a minute.
Wait, if you destroyed Dip in the past, then he won't ever be your enemy. Then you won't have to send a robot back to destroy him, and then he will be your enemy, so then you will have to send a robot back!
When the entire population of Dinkletown comes, they decide to kill Mr. Nestor with kindness via gift giving. Ain't that sweet? But then he commits an accident, not a purpose, by accidentally letting Bob, Larry Jr., and Louie free. He follows them, and the Penguin Army follows suit, with Louie having to do all the work to free and save themselves. And they live! But what about Mr. Nestor? Well, he almost doesn't make it, but Louie and the Penguins save him. Okay, this is probably one of the most exciting sleigh rides ever. If you're a penguin, of course. Plus, the penguins in this special are super adorable. I love penguins, they're so cute! Where was I again? Oh yeah, the special. So, as Mr. Nestor is about to fall off the broken Pugsleyville Bridge, the penguins and Louis save him via super spy chain of adorable epicness, and they're stuck there forever. The end. JK! George drives his truck over to the bridge to save them. Everyone in Dinkletown has a Christmas party and learn the true meaning of Christmas, and Lou lives there now as a carpenter, and they all lived happily ever after. The end. Okay, that was a thing. So, was it good? Well, I'm gonna be biased and opinionated as possible. Okay, hear me out. The special wasn't good. It was bad. But it wasn't horrid. And at least it wasn't the Christmas tree bad, obviously. But it was bad. But it's mainly because of the deadline and the heavy hardships and troubles that came with it. Phil and Mike did explain this in the behind the scenes of The Toy That Saved Christmas, but I'll recap it as best I can. The special was made after David the Giant Pickle, and Phil, Mike, and the rest of the Big Idea crew figured they could challenge themselves to see what they could do for a Christmas special. They hoped to get it completed in time for the holidays, which they did with the special releasing on VHS on October 22nd, 1996. But at a major cost. For starters, the episode was made around September of the same year, making it extremely hard. The air conditioning had to be shut off and replaced. Then a sudden heat wave in Chicago appeared, and the entire team pushed themselves and nearly died to get this episode completed and released because they didn't want to do a Christmas special late. And the worst part of it was, Phil Vischer, the head of Big Idea, had chest pains due to a bacteria eating his heart, and he had to stay in bed for a whole month. Like, holy heck, I'm glad Phil was alright after that, but jeez! This is why self-care is talked about more now, because of horrible things like this. And again, I'm glad Phil ended up being healed and got better after that pure holiday insanity that was the creation of that special. Honestly, I don't think it was worth it. I mean, they could have pushed it back to November, and it would have been okay. Like, early mid-November. Now, just because the special is bad, for me at least, it's still a somewhat enjoyable watch, and especially I look back on rather fondly around the holidays. Yes, the writing and story was bad. It honestly could have been better. The animation was still amazing, but the background was mediocre at best, and the songs weren't the best, but they weren't the worst either. Say I have a smooth little brain upstairs, put me in a straitjacket, throw me in the loony bin, I don't care. I like the special no matter what. It's a fond childhood memory I like to look back on and relive in while watching the special. Though I, and maybe many other Veggie fans, can agree that the story of The Toy That Saved Christmas could have been better. While not the best or the worst, it's still a somewhat decent watch for most people like me. So to be as fair as possible, I'll have to give this one, 2.5 out of 5? Sorry, Big Idea. Not the best holiday special, but a classic worth looking back on. And this is probably why fanfiction exists. Sort of. So, do you love or hate this Veggie Christmas Special? What would you have done to change the storyline of it? Leave everything in the comments below, and please do be respectful of others' opinions. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one, pups. Cue the outro. RP is out. Peace!
We can't believe it's Christmas. Been waiting for a million hours. Can't believe it's Christmas. Oh, what an empty day. We can't believe it's Christmas. Took 14,018 shower. Can't believe it's Christmas. And now it's time to play. We can't believe it's Christmas. We think we're finally getting something. Can't believe it's Christmas.